Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. How are you, everybody? Good morning, sweetheart. How are you?
Good morning, love. Good afternoon, all.
Yeah, good afternoon for those of us joining us from the other side of the pond. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends. It's Turkey Day up there.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
I didn't realize until recently, having a couple of Canadian friends, that they celebrated a Thanksgiving. I'm like, why did they leave the Commonwealth? But as far as I know, they haven't. I know we abandoned ship, so that's the whole thing about that for our Thanksgiving in November, but still. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh God, who's all joining us in the chat this morning? Let's see. Positive Candor is here. Hello, Positive Candor. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Mr. Hyde, Darth Monkey O'Wrath, Mary's Game Room, Chris Persia. I think he's Canadian. So happy Thanksgiving. Let's see. Who else? Darth Haster, one of our wrenches is here. Let's see. Scrolling down. Mad Mardigan. Hey, how are you? Oh my gosh. Mark the Infinitely Tired is here. Who else is joining us, babe?
We've got the Jester of Sin. Good afternoon, love. Colin P. Smith. Good afternoon. One of our wrenches. Teleroth A. Let's see.
I'm
Lord
scrolling
Toff.
down.
Hello, love. Oh, it jumped on me.
Jumped on me too.
Jedi Bill. Good morning.
Let's see. Who else is here? And it just super jumped on me.
We've got
Jedi Bill. Okay.
Yep. Psychodwarf 9 and Project Storytime. Hello, guys.
Good morning, boys. How are y'all?
I think that's everyone.
Yeah,
at the
it's
moment.
Monday.
Uh-huh.
It's Monday, and Chris says it's about Harvest Festival. Ah, gotcha. Okay. At least yours is legit. We were just breaking free from England and taking over the indigenous people's land, which is also a thing today in the United States. So rather than Columbus Day, I believe they call it Indigenous Peoples Day as well. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why, but... And Blurg making coffees. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Psychodorf 9, it's Monday. I did not want to get out of bed this morning. I was like, no, oh, Sunday. But it didn't happen. Teleroth A says, excellent Monday to all. I hope so. I'm supposed to get furniture delivered. So you guys, if you suddenly hear dogs barking and I mute myself, yeah, they're coming at just the wrong time. Oops, sorry.
Hey, start the counter.
Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. So today, guys, it is Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings Monday. Let me get the banner going here. There we go. Unforgiven and Blood Eagle. Oh, my God. These had to be two of the best episodes. Well, at least Blood Eagle.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh. So should we go ahead and bring our guest in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, let me go ahead and click off Teleroth A, and I will bring in our guest. Hello, Stone Floki.
Hello, Valkyries. How are you today?
Good morning.
I'm awake. Good morning.
Oh shit! It is Monday. It is definitely Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Jester of Sin got him a new Zippo today. It's got the image of Odin on it. Cool.
Nice. And the snort counter's up and running.
Okay, good. One snort. There's not much to laugh about though in these couple of episodes because oh my God, they are gruesome.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
And there we go. That's more fitting right there.
There you go.
Off at Comic-Con, guys, and he just happens to be wearing #Blame Loki merch. Isn't that something?
Huh.
Oh, that was good of him. Didn't know he was a fan.
Morning.
Yeah, he's a fan. Must be a fan of Mornings of Mischief. He's got a #Blame Loki hat on. The caps are coming, folks.
Yeah, that is a thing. That's actually going to happen.
That's actually going to happen. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm in negotiations with Teespring on how much they're going to charge me to do
Gotcha. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I got to get me a ball cap.
Mm-hmm.
You kidding? It's been a long time since I've worn a baseball hat. It's like, man,
Yeah,
I look pretty good in them.
I can't pull off baseball caps.
I'm surprised Gustav is pulling this one off. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty weird on a Scandinavian. I'm like, oh, okay. Do they even play baseball? Sorry, couldn't resist. Darth Haster is dragging too. Yeah, it's one of those Mondays, guys.
Yeah.
We're all kind of like, Eastland Burkholders has never wore a baseball cap. You should. They're interesting. They're fun. It's a great way to show them who you love.
Like
And for
Mornings
me,
of Mischief.
Yeah, like Mornings of Mischief. And for me, the University of Texas or the University of North Texas. I'm not very exciting, folks. Till I get my hashtag Blame Loki cap. No, I'm not that exciting. Sports ball, guys. Sorry.
Foosball.
You lost me.
Yep. I figured. So we start off with Unforgiven, which wasn't that a Clint Eastwood movie also?
Yes.
It was. Yeah.
It was awesome. And King Horik returns to Kattegat.
What a dick.
Yeah. And because in the previous episode, the settlement had been attacked by King Egbert and his merry band of misfits, taking captive Athelstan. And with the horrible crucifixion scene. Holy shit, that was horrible.
I love that scene.
Oh,
I really do. I love that scene.
Well, it was amazing to me how much he looked like Christ.
Yeah, I think that was the point.
Yeah, most definitely. King Horik is he's wanting revenge, and that in order to execute said revenge, they're going to need the help of Jarl Borg, and Ragnar is not too pleased with that, to say the least.
Talk about flip-flopping on a deal. Yeah.
I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in. I didn't know we were watching Ross Perot, Scandinavian.
But even Aslog is pissed about it, and she says something to Ragnar. She leans over to him at the feast table and is just like, "Don't listen to him, please.
This is a bad idea.
I got a bad feeling about this." But I think as that dinner scene progresses, Rollo is like, "Well, fuck it, I'll go."
Rollo do anything,
especially now.
Yeah,
because he wants to stay in the good graces of his brother, especially after betraying him with Jarl Borg. So,
and then saving his family, Ragnar's family.
Yeah, and that's just the look on Ragnar's face is just kind of like, I'm listening, but this better be good. And he's got another plan.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Ronno's always got something up his sleeve.
So, I can't believe my phone just went off. I apologize for that, guys. Okay, according to this message that I just got, I have 5 minutes until my furniture shows up. So if I go dark, I apologize.
We'll keep the snort count high while you're gone.
Keep the snort count going for me. But Rollo arrives as the emissary, so to speak, to to negotiate with Jarl Borg. And Jarl Borg is talking to a skull. Like, alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
Yes.
He
Not just
bore me
any
on his
skull.
back.
Yes.
Yeah, not just any skull, right, hon? Ugh.
Mhm.
Ugh.
It's like of all the weird things to have and to have kept hold of, he's kept hold of the skull of his first wife and
Yeah.
talks to it.
And while his second wife is sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God, that poor girl.
I wonder if, Jarl Borg's off in some corner talking to himself going, she gives great helmet.
Oh.
God.
Well, they are Vikings. Who knows?
Gives great helmet. My God.
First,
Happy Monday, everyone.
Snort number 2.
The historic first account of the first necrophilia.
Oh my God.
And he does kind of have a really weird attachment to it, so
Yeah. Ugh.
He carries it around with him and he kind of strokes it, and it's like, dude.
And talks to it. And I'm just like,
holy shit.
He's
Holy
crazy.
Shit. They ripped off Lord of the Rings. My precious.
Oh.
He pets it. He talks to it. He always has it on him. Oh. Too bad it couldn't make him invisible, so we didn't have to see all of this.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
You have to take our word for it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Chris hasn't said anything about that yet.
Hashtag cancel Sammy.
As per usual. Go ahead, cancel. But meanwhile, back in England, Athelstan has become quite the confidant of King Egbert.
Yes, they're getting along together famously, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. King Egbert is especially interested in the paintings and everything that are left behind. And I remember him asking Athelstan who could have painted them. And Athelstan is kind of like, you know damn well who painted them. Not really, but, he's kind of like, it was the Romans. Even though most of his people believed that it was a race of giants, that created these things in this land. And I'm like, okay, Athelstan's throwing down, not a problem.
Yes, because he does ask Athelstan, do the pagans have anything like this? And he has to explain to them that most of them are illiterate. They don't have a written language, they don't have art as seen here,
and not on that level.
And the king's very interested in what's come before. He's very interested in history and preserving history.
Yes,
but they do have the best parties. I'm sure Athelstan.
The Romans?
No, the Vikings. Vikings have all the best parties.
That's true. That's very true. They know how to throw down.
I'm surprised Athelstan didn't tell him about the little, journey to the God meeting where they were going to sacrifice him. Oh yeah, they have the best parties. They get together and talk about the gods, and then they commit. Then they have human sacrifices.
Well, they did bring that up though, right? Yeah, and have magic mushrooms. Woo, tripping. Uppsala. That's what it is. I'm like, I can't think of the name of the town. It's Uppsala. But I'm interested in this relationship between Athelstan and King Egbert because it seems to further secure in Athelstan the questioning of his beliefs between the Roman God, a la Rome, the Pope and all that, versus the gods that he's grown to adore.
Yes, and he does kind of touch on that, which could be technically seen as being blasphemous because he does talk about the gods on the same level as the Christian God. And the king kind of
mhm.
gives him the side eye to see where he's actually going with this.
Yeah. Like, what? Okay. But he does eventually, King Egbert does take Athelstan to this room that's obviously covered in dust and cobwebs, which completely freaked me out because I hate walking into cobwebs. But and my skin just starts to crawl even thinking about it. It's, cobwebs. They take forever to get off you. But he presents Athelstan with these scrolls that were left behind and kind of asks if he could read them, and Athelstan's like, yes, I can read these, and that he wants the king wants all of these put into a book, essentially rewritten and translated.
Yes. He wants them preserved for all time, he says.
Yes, that's right.
Because Athelstan's one of the few people that he knows that still speaks and can write and translate Latin.
Yes. And then King Egbert says, not to say a word about any of this, or else face crucifixion yet again. It's like, oh, okay, well then I won't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think he's in any rush to experience that again.
No, I don't think so.
But because you brought up the crucifixion, he does have another vision whilst he is translating.
Yeah, that got really creepy. That was right before King Egbert sent for him to further translate the scrolls. He has that. He starts dripping blood all over the paper he's working with, and you see him look at his hands, and the stigmata comes back, and his head is bleeding from the thorns, and he's just like, oh shit. He doesn't know what to do with it.
But at the same time, he's seeing a raven at the window. So again, it's that conflict between his pagan beliefs and his Christian beliefs warring against one another.
Well, he talks about that too. He talks about seeing Thor. I've seen Thor in a thunderstorm. I've seen the Viking gods. So he's all in on both, and it's going to come to a head somewhere in the future where he has to figure out what is what. Do I believe in this or do I believe in this? Can I believe in both? Is there an all father and a God? Why should I have to choose?
Yeah. Why does there need to be that choice between them? Why can't we all just live in harmony? I mean, I'm bust into all we are saying is give peace a chance. It's like, wow. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Should have got a drink before I got on the air. Not to worry. I have coffee. Hold on. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Largatha has returned home. That god-awful thing, that drunk she calls a husband. Sigvard. Ugh.
Sigvard, yep. The character you love to hate.
Oh, yeah. And boy, does he get his. Holy Christ. Sigvard makes it plainly clear that he's unhappy that she disappeared to be with Ragnar and fight with Ragnar. And tells her, I have other plans for the evening. You can sleep alone. And I saw this coming. I'm like, oh, here he's going to send guys in to beat her up. And sure enough, she gets the ever-loving crap beat out of her by these thugs that he sent in. That was a horrible scene.
That's when you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen after that because he didn't have the balls to go in there and do that himself.
No.
And he didn't just send one guy in. He sent like half a dozen whilst they thought she was asleep. I mean, luckily, sort of for her, she wasn't. So she kind of gave as good as she got to begin with. but she was just
Yeah.
overpowered.
Yeah, there were too many of them. And she didn't have a shield or her sword. So, but she gave as good as she got, just like you said, hun. I mean, it was hard to watch Largatha get beat, to be honest, because she's such a badass. But she gets hers. She gets her just reward the next day.
She does,
Of
absolutely.
course she does.
Oh.
She's Lagartha, the legendary shield maiden. You really think that sending in some guys to do the deed is gonna change anything? No.
Mm-mm.
No, not one thing.
Think it's
what I
worth
hated. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I think it's worth touching on as well, just briefly, how well the makeup in these episodes is done. When you see her the next morning, she looks absolutely like she's been beat to hell.
Yeah. They did a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
The makeup department, yeah. Because, she just looked brutalized. That was hard to look at, to be honest. Because I see her sitting there and she's just like, oh my God, I am so going to friggin' kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And just him grabbing the back of her neck and she's just like, not again. But he tries to humiliate her even further in front of everybody in the town, essentially. And next thing you know, she's pulling a knife out and plunging it just square into Sigvard's eye. And I'm like, holy shite, dude. Yes, that's Largatha. Yes. But, and everybody around is just like, holy crap, she just did that. Yes, she did. It was brilliant.
Yes. And it's that tipping point where she's not quite sure what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
But she just had to do it.
She had to.
A couple of the guys kind of take a step towards her as though they're going to get revenge for her attacking the Earl. And then Earl Sigvard meets his end, thankfully.
Yep. And he's just screaming, and it's that cut because originally, since it's aired on History Channel, we had to go to commercial. So there's that cut, and then you come back and he's still screaming. It's like, oh, for the love of God, somebody shut him up. Thank you. And one of the underlings chops his head off. And it's just laying there, wine's dripping everywhere. Largatha's standing there like, holy shit, I can't believe you just did that.
Yes.
Thank you.
So it seems the people were just as sick of Sigvard as she was.
Seems like it. But they're going to want something in return from her. And they do. We get back to that later. But here we go with carrying on back to Kattegat. Jarl Borg has returned to join forces with Ragnar. Oh my whole God. And watching Ragnar during this, he's up to something. You just know. He's like, he's got another plan. He is not going to willingly join forces with Jarl Borg.
Yes. It seems at this point, Ragnar's kind of sick of everyone. He just
pretty much
doesn't want to deal with anybody anymore.
Nope.
Because every time he tries to appease somebody, something goes wrong.
Yep. Okay, guys, I have to. My furniture is here, so go ahead.
Okay. And he's getting it from Rollo. He's getting it from his wife. They're asking him, why do you keep making concessions to the king? And he's like, I have to. He is king. But yeah, to have Jarl Borg back in Kattegat, you can tell he knows this is a bad idea. And he wants revenge. I was kind of surprised that Jarl Borg kind of went along with it, to be honest.
The back and forth between and the fact that Ragnar got put in the middle of this was never like about Ragnar. This was about Jarl Borg and I can never remember his name.
Horik, yeah.
King Horik. It's always been about them. And Horik's going to do whatever Horik can do to be the top dog and stay the top dog. And if that means taking out Ragnar and taking over Kattegat, that's what he's going to do. If it's betraying Jarl Borg and Ragnar, that's what he'll do. Whatever, Jarl Borg or King Horik's always going to be in it for himself.
Yes, and I think that's what you kind of get as you get to know the character more. He is very much out for himself. He'll plan and ask for alliances, but it's always what can he get out of it. It's never for, the greater good, as it were. Yeah, so Jarl Borg back at Kattegat.
Walking into the lion's den. At
Well,
least he's got balls.
yeah, no brains, but balls.
Yeah, no brains, but balls. Talking to a skull.
Yes.
And you gotta wonder when he got thrown in the tank, where did he hide that?
Probably best not to go into that, I think. Yeah.
Here's your skull, my liege. Oh, thank you. Hello, pretty, my precious.
So weird. Just the way he caresses the thing, it's like, no, I'm sorry.
No. And what's her name? His wife. What's his wife's name?
Torvi?
Torvi. Thank you, Torvi. You gotta feel so bad for Torvi. You're like, yeah, and she's such a little meek thing. She really is.
She's a mousy little character, isn't she? Bless her.
Yes, she is. It makes you wonder if that's going to change at all in the future. But yeah, she is such a mousy little thing and needs the protection of a man. And, and he, of course, the man she's chosen to protect her, well, he's in love with a skull, sweetheart.
Yes.
Torvi. I can't believe how squeaky Torvi was.
I really like her.
I do
she's
too.
A really good character. Yeah, we just got to the point where Jarl Borg's returned, and obviously night falls. His men are they've ushered them all into a barn. They said, "No, you guys can camp in here. Yeah, you'll be safe there." They lied.
Oh, they got a little bit. Because next thing you know, here come Thorsten, Floki, Rollo, and a few of the other guys, and they're all locking everybody in and burning them alive. And I remember Jarl Borg waking up out of a dead sleep, essentially, and being like, "What the hell?" And looking at that skull and being like, "Oh, you're about to get yours." Woo! I'm so excited right now.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how how Unforgiven the episode ends. It's his men get taken out, Jarl Borg gets taken prisoner, and he in turn gets the absolute shit beaten out of him as well.
And Floki just headbutts him, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Rollo just sitting on the bed like, "Oh, you are such a dead man right now."
And right at the end of the episode, we find out what Ragnar's punishment for the Jarl is going to be.
Yeah.
The dreaded Blood Eagle.
Blood Eagle.
The Blood Eagle. You see, son, we crack open their back and we take out their ribs and then we pull out their lungs and it looks like a folded eagle's wing and it's actually quite lovely. And you're like, okay.
Yes.
And if they scream or they cry out, then they don't get to go into Valhalla.
Yeah.
But the look on your Borg's face when Ragnar tells him, he just goes white and pleads with him.
No. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
The seer warned him. The seer warned him, I see an eagle. And he's like, "Oh, eagle, majestic creature." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's not what he sees." Brother, that's not what he's seeing there.
Huh. Nope.
Yeah, you might want to ask for clarification with the seer on what he's actually seeing. Just saying.
Yeah, right. Oh, and he's never clear. He's so vague. He even Jarl Borg even has that vision of the prophecy from the seer, and it all of a sudden just you see it kind of sink in a little bit to Jarl Borg. It's like, well, that's not what it meant. Shit.
No, interpreted that one wrong.
So then we move on to, like Purple just said, the Blood Eagle, and that's the name of the next episode, which by far is one of the best episodes of this entire show.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
My gosh.
And memorable, and now memorable because of what happens to not Jarl Borg. That's not what makes it memorable. There's a very certain scene in the forest that to me is like the best scene in this entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've always known Lagatha as a warrior. Lagatha is a shield maiden, a legendary shield maiden, even before she got married to Ragnar. And it's just this wonderful scene where you see. We'll get there. I'm jumping the gun. I'm sorry. It's just my favorite scene in the entire fucking series. So.
Well, one of my favorite scenes is in this episode as well, because where Siggy asked Floki if he can keep a secret.
Yes.
I actually used that for my gift today on Twitter.
He just giggles and says, no. I laughed my ass off at that scene. Because he knows something is going on with Siggy and King Horik. So
yes. Siggy obviously sees him watching and tries to kind of twist it or try to get him on her side, and he just shuts it down. It's like, no.
Like it.
But at the same time, Floki himself has had some good news previously from Helga.
Yes. Yep. From Helga, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She reveals that she's preggers.
Yeah.
Yes. Loki's gonna be a papa.
Yeah, and get married.
But Floki's complicated.
He's ready.
But at the same time, there's also a wedding going on in England between King Ayla's daughter, Judith, and I forget what his name is. Oh my god.
Oh, Ethelwulf. Ethelwulf. That's it, yeah.
Okay. King Egbert son. So I actually had more fun watching the Viking wedding.
Yeah, it's much more interesting.
Well, Floki was just so happy. Floki was so happy, and Helga was so happy, and then you cut to the Christians. It's like snooze fest. Again, like Loki said, the Vikings throw the most awesome parties.
Yes, of course they did. Scandinavian parties are rooted in history with blood eagles and wine and drink and song and dance and all kinds of extracurricular activities.
Yeah. I didn't say anything. What? But Floki gives this little speech to Helga about their wedding, and he doesn't want Ragnar involved. He doesn't want Ragnar's blessing. Mm-hmm. Even though Helga wishes for it, he's like, no, we don't need it. All we need is the blessing from the gods. And I thought that was a sweet scene, but I was also like, why is he pissed at Ragnar again? And that sort of goes around the hall that Floki is upset with Ragnar.
Yes. See, that's what I was wondering. Is that something that he kind of planted in people's minds to see who would bite and to see who would try and use it against him,
Mhm.
or was he just genuinely a little bit miffed with Ragnar and his decisions of lately?
Yeah.
Because it could be either way with Floki. It could have just been a red herring that he threw out to see who would pick up on it, like Siggy, and then Siggy went to the king and kind of whispered in his ear that there's friction between the two.
Yeah. And the whole time, Floki is, of course, watching her.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, so is Ragnar. So, yeah. There's some wheeling and dealing going on in that court a little bit.
Yes, Siggy was busy at that party. She was all over the place.
She really was. She's like, wow, look at that little social butterfly getting all the juicy gossip.
Yes, and like, who was it in the chat just said that wasn't the only thing she was getting busy doing. Yeah, Colin P. Smith. Yeah. That was such a weird scene. It's like,
oh, that was
really?
creepy. Creepy AF.
Yeah.
Did not like.
Do you have to sit there and watch?
That was even worse. I think that was even worse. Because it's just like, yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
That was a weird one.
That was a full body shiver for that one. I mean, the Blood Eagle was just like, what the hell? Are they really going to show all this? Yep. For the most part.
Oh, yeah. They're going to show it.
Oh, they showed it.
And you're going to hear it. You're going to hear them ribs cracking.
Yes, you've kind of touched on it a little while ago, Loki, but do you want to go into a little bit more detail as to how they go about it? Because like you say, they don't really flinch away from it, at least in the version that I saw. I'm not sure if it was slightly cut when it was aired live.
No, what you get is what you get. The live version you will watch on the History Channel is the exact same version you're going to see on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So they did not cut that. They did not shy away from that.
Okay.
They slice you from the lower back of your neck all the way down to basically your backside, and they open you up, and you are tied down and having to endure this. Fully awake. It's not like they anesthetize you. They didn't have shit like that. So they want you wide awake when they're doing this, and they crack your ribs and they move the ribs away, and they basically, it's almost like they fillet you from your back, and they pull your lungs out, and they look like Ragnar says, folded eagle wings. He's telling this all to Bjorn. Ironside. So it looks like folded eagle wings. If you cry out, and then they watch you as you die, and if you cry out at any point during this, you do not get in Valhalla. What is the point of all this is? This is the deal. No matter what Jarl Borg did, most of his life, he has lived a warrior's life and done right by the gods.
Yeah.
So they're taking this into account, and they're saying, okay, you have made some really stupid choices and done some screwed up shit, but you've been a warrior most of your life. So we're going to give you this one last opportunity to get in Valhalla. If you can endure this and die without crying out, without being a weakling, then you get to go to heaven. If you do not, well, you don't get to go to heaven. You don't get to sit with the gods. But because he does, he gets his entry into Valhalla. This was their beliefs. This was their
Yes. And as an unpleasant and slippery character as Jarl Borg was, he really did have a warrior's death.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And because he was a true Viking and lived a Viking's life and for the most part honored the gods, he screwed up. And Ragnar didn't have to do this. And I'm sure Ragnar thought he's going to cry out. Nobody's going to go through this and not cry out, but he didn't. And Kudos and respect to Jarl Borg, the talker to the skull, our skull man.
Yes, and especially when in previous confrontations with Ragnar, he actually turned tail and ran. So he seemed to be quite almost a cowardly when it came to confrontation.
Yeah.
But when it came to meeting his end, he proved himself.
The Vikings didn't throw themselves into a losing battle. They weren't stupid. And they learned their battle tactics from the Romans. A lot of the battle tactics the Vikings learned, of course, because they used to be the Germanians, they learned when they were fighting the Romans. So they had to learn, okay, if I'm facing a losing battle, it is better to come back later and fight again. We live to fight another day. And that was that a lot of times that was the whole point. We will live to fight another day, and we will go back and we will fight them on an even playing field. Let's not be stupid and just run into the jaws of death and die like a dumbass. Yeah. You want a good fight, not a complete ass stopping. But there are times where in a Viking existence, where to hell with all of that, we are going to take everything we got and throw everything at an issue because of, let's say, revenge or something like that. If the Viking people feel slighted, they will throw everything they have at a problem.
There was one other thing I was going to touch on. Was that standard for Ragnar to have done it so the Earl, or would there usually have been somebody else, like an executioner, that would have performed the Blood Eagle?
It's up to the Earl.
Okay.
Have his executioner do it. He can do it himself. Ragnar took delight in that because of what happened.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's even kind of doing it in a previous scene in the last episode where he's skinning the rat whilst talking. So it's kind of like a precursor to what's coming.
Oh, that was creepy too. Just bunk, skin. Okay. Ew. Not nearly as grotesque as the Blood Eagle.
No. And poor Tori faints while she's watching.
Yeah.
Torvi, sorry.
That's okay. Torvi faints and even Oslog is disgusted.
But I think another point to that you're talking about, he tells Bjorn all about this, and it's almost like a lesson. Will we see Bjorn embrace this lesson in the future? Ooh, that might be a possibility, but it's a very important lesson that Ragnar teaches Bjorn.
Yeah.
This is something we do. This is a way of punishing our enemies. This is also like a last resort ditch attempt to get into Valhalla. This is an important lesson that Ragnar believes he is teaching Bjorn.
But will he learn it?
Yeah. As gruesome as it is, it really is a great scene and very, very well acted. You know, the music's great, and the cuts between, and even as he's dying, you see an eagle.
Yeah, the symbolism. The symbolism was incredible.
Well, the seer told him.
The seers, in sticking with the seer's vision. So,
but I think we did skip over a little part that is like my favorite part.
It's your favorite part?
We did. We're going to loop back around to that now, love.
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
No.
We're not going to miss that. Are you kidding?
No. So before all this happens, before the Blood Eagle takes part, King Horik tries to have a stay of execution, at least until another ally can be found. Because he thinks if this goes ahead, you're going to scare off potential people that will want to work with you. And I can kind of see what he's coming from, you know.
Yeah.
Word will get about that a Blood Eagle took place. And they kind of send out looking for people to join them to take the place of Yolborg, and they get a bite. Somebody who they haven't heard of before says, "Yes, I will step up. I will bring men." And Loki,
Earl Ingstad. Oh, you don't know. You don't know, but you have your suspicions. It's like Earl Ingstad. Oh, and they want to meet Ragnar alone. And of course, Bjorn's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trick. People are warning Ragnar. He's like, no, I've got this. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I've got balls. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do it. So Ragnar rides into the forest to meet this mysterious Earl Ingstad. And who is it other than the true love of his life? Lagatha. And the look on his face as he rides around her, inspecting her. It's almost like riding around. He's on his horse and he's riding around her and he's looking her up and down. And, so you're an earl now. And the way she lifts her head in pride, I am.
Yes, she even says to him, "Yes, we're equal now."
Yes. We're equals now. And he's just like, I like it. I like it.
Like it. Yeah.
This
He
is
was
something.
not angry. He was just he was kind of almost giddy about it.
Yeah. And this is something that, oh my God, I can never remember her name. The witch, his wife. This is something she can never be. This is something she can never be.
Oh yeah, Oslog.
Oslog, thank you. The slug, Oslug. This is something she can never be. She can never have. She can never share this with Ragnar. She can give Ragnar sons all day long, but she can't have this. The equality shown here is what when you know what, guys, when we rage against these ass wipes in Hollywood talking about equality, because no, it's not really equality. This is the kind of scene we want in our movies. These are the kind of scenes we want in our games. These are the kinds of scenes we want in our comics. When this happens, it is a big double finger to everything going on right now with our IPs and the things we love and the things we care about. When we talk about the badass women in film, Ripley, the badass characters we love, this is one of those times where I'm as giddy as a schoolboy, because the interaction between them it's so believable. You're almost like, this isn't acting, this is really happening. I can see her actually. I'm your equal now. And just the pride and the just vigor of her lifting her head up, like, yes, I'm an earl. How do you like that right now?
How do you like me now?
We're on the same playing field now, aren't we? It was
pretty incredible. I loved that interaction as well. Probably that would be my second favorite scene besides the Blood Eagle. Definitely. Oh, that was terrific. But yeah, Earl Ingstad.
It is, and that the chemistry you can feel between Travis and Catherine.
Yeah,
they work so well together, and that scene is probably their best that they have together.
Yes, most definitely. Well, that's the thing. They've got these two actors with such amazing chemistry together anyway. It seems like the whole ensemble gels really well. Even when they brought in, when they first brought in Athelstan, you could see a connection between Athelstan and Ragnar. But more than that, there was a chemistry between the two actors. So it worked. Hell, even Floki. Gustav, and I don't know if they did this on purpose or everybody just kept Oslog at, kind of arm's length, with the exception of Siggy. And I'm pretty sure, acting wise, it was done on purpose.
Well, that's Oslog's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's such a princess. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ugh.
she is better. I am better than you. You will kneel.
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar doesn't treat people around him like that. Ragnar loves his legend, but in the other sense of it, he's like, I'm just like all of you. I'm a warrior. I go out and fight with you. I don't sit here and send boats out like the last Earl. I go and fight in the shield wall with all of you. I'm there on the front line with you.
Mm-hmm.
She would never do that. She would never be in the midst of it. She's always going to be in the background and in her little world.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think that again, that's why that scene works so well, because now in his mind he's thinking, I'm back with Lagava and we're going to go raiding together.
Yep. And that makes Aslag, of course, jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Because she stays behind with the chickens. Got to raise the kids. Got to punch out more babies. That's all her job is. She's not a warrior.
Nope.
And that's
her choice.
Yeah, that's definitely her choice. She sticks with the princess path. And nope, Largatha's out there all like, nope, I'm going to fight in the shield wall. I'll get bloody right along with everybody else. Oh, still thinking about the Blood Eagle. It's so gross.
Yes, the one thing that I did think was really cruel, especially by Horik, is that he allowed Jarl right up until the end, up until the door basically opens, to think that he's actually escaping when he opens the door, and it's just a crowd of people waiting for his execution.
Execution, yeah.
It's like
nope.
Really?
Like, we're doing this? All right. This episode was just beyond awesome. There was so much that happened. It didn't even feel like it was an hour long. It was like, really? That's it? There's no more? Shit, I have to wait till next week? Damn. Don't want to.
It really did. And I think, as Loki say, it's definitely one of the best, if not the best, episodes in the show.
Yeah. So after this, we move on to Boneless and the Choice. Mm-hmm. So I think, hands down, Blood Eagle is the best episode of this season so far. I mean, we do have 3 more episodes to go before the season wraps up. But, we forgot to tell everybody that Ragnar does find out that Athelstan is indeed alive from the seer. So he can rest his mind at ease that he wasn't killed during the siege on the settlement.
Yes, but the seer, being typical seer, he tells him in a very cryptic way. Kind of lets him figure it out for himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys brought up the scene with him on the cross, and really quick, I just wanted to Egbert set that up. That was all a setup. He never planned to leave him there. When the whole thing with the crucifixion, that was all a setup to put Athelstan in the position of, well, he saved me, I can talk to him. Egbert never does anything at the last minute. Egbert never, ever does anything at the last minute. He never leaves anything to chance. This was completely thought out and planned out. Oh, we have someone who used to be a priest that joined the Vikings. I want all his information. He is my key to understanding the Northmen.
Yeah.
Let's crucify him, and then I'll come in and fucking get him down.
Yeah, Egbert's a much shrewder and smarter character than King Gala.
Burger King? Oh, Burger King. I fucking like Burger King. Oh, the first thing I thought of when I saw him, I was like, holy shit, they got Burger King.
Yeah, they did.
Where's my Whopper? I think that's snort. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Nailed it.
Snort 12. ladies and gentlemen.
Great. Now every time I see King Ayla, that's all I'm gonna see is a freaking Burger King.
Screaming,
Oh my
"Where's
God.
my Whopper?"
Jesus. Oh my God. Great. Oh, great. Whopper time. Fantastic.
You
So
gotta,
I think
you gotta wonder
Go ahead.
where. You gotta wonder how did that bastard become a king? Really, how does that bastard have a kingdom? Obviously, it's not. Egbert could take him out. He could.
Mhm.
He's not going to because he doesn't want to waste the resources. He'd much rather use him. But
Yes, it is a much smaller kingdom than what Egbert has, and they even, obviously, with the wedding that goes on between the daughter and the son, they want to take on the much larger kingdom, which is Mercia.
Marcia, yeah.
So, but yeah, he doesn't really strike you as being a particularly great king in the same way that Egbert does.
no, Egbert wants to rule all of England, and he wants to do it with as least war as possible. He doesn't want. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go to war and I'm going to take over everything. No, he wants to sit back and play the chess game. He wants to sit back and play the chess game.
Yeah.
Whereas Burger King, he just run right into the face of dumbassery because that's just his way. We might see more of that later too.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I can't believe an hour is gone already, guys. Holy
Has
crap.
it been an hour already? Son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we nailed this hour to the wall. God damn.
Yes. Nailed it to the wall and pulled its lungs out. Yes.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, I'm just looking over trivia and just trying to figure out this kind of arguing back and forth accounts of whether or not the Blood Eagle was actually real or whether it was based on something else. But real or not, I can fully imagine it happening, especially for the reasons that Loki explained earlier.
Yeah.
It's like a last-ditch attempt to get into Valhalla to make amends for your transgressions.
Yeah, because I understood it as a legend. I understood the Blood Eagle as a legend. I didn't know if it was a thing that actually happened or not. I mean, I wasn't there, obviously. Duh. But, you know. Oh. So that closes up this week, guys. On a gross note. So thank you, Loki, for coming and joining us on the show today. We really appreciate it, honey.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. We just flew over this like an eagle.
Oh, there he goes.
Time just flew by.
It did. Thank you, boss, for joining us.
Thank you very much, boss.
I love getting to come in here and talk Vikings with y'all. Absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to be back for the first part of season 3.
Yes, it won't be long. We've only got what this
was. We've got 3 episodes left.
3 episodes left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're flying through these seasons.
I know. Well, at least they kept them short. It's not like we have to critique, 26 episodes, like the old days. Shit. It's 10 episode season, and it's like, wow, that's it. And the story, because it's written so well, moves along and flows nicely without being woke as fuck. So,
yes.
And if you guys don't mind, Isam Burkholder said, even took time to talk about Loki's baseball cap. The mustache is distraction as a pick to show up at. Wait, and dude, if you come to Dragon Con, brother, wait till you see mine. You think his is distracting. Just wait, because I'm going to go full Floki, and I've got the beard and the shaved head to do it. So,
here we go.
Yep. Just need some beads and black eyeliner and good to go.
Get the crow's feet going across his face, and yeah, that'd be great.
The squint of Gustav Skarsgård. The crazy eyes. Ah. Snort number 8. Yes, Chris Persia. Snort number 8.
Somewhere around that, Chris, yeah. So, boss, anything you want to tell people before we let you go?
We'll be back tomorrow. I've got a couple of possibles I may be guesting on today. I don't know if that's gonna actually happen, so I'm not gonna throw that out there. But I can't wait. Is there anything going on that y'all are doing that we should know about?
Well, we got our usual Wednesday show. We're in talks with the guests to talk about more food. So,
Ooh.
yeah, talk about some stuff that's coming up for Halloween. So, because that's a huge feast day, at least for me. I don't know about the other witches out there, but at least for this witch, big feast day. And then, of course, we'll be in the chat tomorrow morning for your show.
Yes, and since I, over the weekend, had some really bad news about a subject that's close to my heart.
Oh, yes, you did.
I'm going to try and plan a kind of one-off this evening show to talk about the new Discworld TV series, The Watch. Because if I don't talk about it, my head's going to explode.
Oh, I would definitely be there for that. I'll
Awesome.
be there to check that out.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard they were fucking with Terry Pratchett, I was like, ooh, BBC, you gonna piss off some people.
Oh, yes. And
You
Pissed off Purple Valkyrie. I saw her tweets.
You think the rage about Doctor Who is bad? You just wait. Terry Pratchett fans are rabid. Rabid. I know them. They've worn me on the back 1,000 times. Men of infinite jest until you fuck with the work. Then, hell hath no fury like a Terry Pratchett fan.
Yeah, everybody's. Colin missed part of that. And Psychodwarf 9 says, what?
Yeah.
Yes, so that, guys, I think I will do 6 o'clock tonight Central.
Okay.
Give people time to kind of relax for the day, and then I'll set the stream up in a little bit if anyone wants to join. You can hear Purple ranting.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Guys, I will be in the chat for that stream. So I might be a little late, but I will definitely be in the chat for that stream. I can't wait for Purple to go off because I know this pissed her off. I know it for a fact. You guys are going to hear it. Yeah. So join us for that. Kiri says he'll join if he's awake. You better be awake because even just have it on, it will wake you up if Purple's going to go off.
On here, yes, Colin. I'll set it up on the Valkyries stream. I'll do it in a little bit.
Oh, I'm there, says Latino Slant. Purple Rain.
Oh, Purple Rain. I love it. Latino Slant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bring the Purple Rain. Yes, Purple Rain. I love it.
Right?
I absolutely love it.
Oh, shiz.
We're gonna have to get a shirt now with a demi-corn on the back and a Viking maiden on the front that says Purple Rain underneath it. # Purple Rain.
Oh, that's take my money.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Keely.
So yeah, I will set that up in a little bit, and hopefully to see you guys later.
Yeah, Psychodwarf 9, I will send you the link once she gets everything set up, so don't worry about it. I got you covered, boss. All right, guys. Well, that wraps our show for the day. Thank you again, Loki, for coming and joining us. Yes. And we will see you guys. Loki. We will see you guys there, but for the graces of the gods on Wednesday morning. So till then, everybody take care, and we love you. Have a great day, y'all.
Thank you, Valkyries.
Thank you. Thank you, Loki.
Bye, guys.
Bye.